So I've got with me the Insta360 4K link webcam, and this is the most unique webcam that I've seen, at least in 2022. And there's reasons for that. So the bottom line is that this is an AI tracking 4K webcam that uses a 3-axis gimbal and works very well in low light conditions. There's other perks and other features that it comes with, which we'll go into in this video right here. So stick around for that. But I'm gonna let you guys know right off the bat that this was supplied to me by Insta360 for review, but it is not a paid review. All right, let's jump right into it. So the first thing that I'll talk about is the hardware, as well as things that you get when you order one of these cameras. So the top side of the camera consists of a 3-axis gimbal as well as a 4K camera or camera lens that has an f-stop of f/1.8. So that's very good for low light conditions if you plan on using it in that situation. Under the 3-axis gimbal, we've got a rectangular base. So the base on the top side wrapped around it is an LED light that lets you know the status of the camera at any given point in time. On the front side of that base, we've got an Insta360 text labeled over sort of a key. It's called a touch key. So if you double tap the touch key, it will recenter the device at any point in time. So on either side of the rectangular base, there's no text or buttons at all. And behind the rectangular base, we've got a USB-C port. So it also comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable, which also has a USB-C to USB-A converter or adapter. That way you can use it with any device at all. Make sure to use the cable that's supplied with the device if you want to not run into any issues involving power or functionality of the device. Now underneath the device, there's a 1/4-inch thread for mounting onto a tripod. So they do not supply you with a tripod, but you can go ahead and pick one up from Insta360 for $30 as an add-on to for the camera. Or you can go ahead and pick one up somewhere else, Amazon, wherever you feel like, or if you have one, just perfect. You can just use that as well. Make sure it's a 1/4-inch thread or it's not going to work in that insert. If you decide to go with the tripod from Insta360, then you'll be glad to know that it's extensible, and that way you can use it at different heights. So that's pretty cool right there, but nothing special because most tripods can do that already. So other ways you can mount it is by pretty much unfolding the base and then using the clip-on system on your laptop or your monitor, whatever it is you want to clip it onto. You also get some whiteboard markers, a warranty card, as well as a quick start guide to help you get right on your way with the camera. There's 2 ways you can use it. You can use it right off the bat, just plug it right into your PC or your Mac and be right on your way. Use it as the webcam for your laptop or whatever it is. Or you can go ahead and download the Link controller. So it's a software or an app associated with the Link 4K camera that will allow you to control a lot of different variables, give you access to different modes within that the camera can use, and pretty much unlock everything that the camera is capable of. So this is me testing the microphone on the Insta360 Link 4K webcam. This is what it sounds like. I'm also using the webcam with the window behind me right now so you guys can see what it looks like when there's a good source of light. We've got AI tracking mode enabled right now. As you can see, I can move in just pretty much any direction that I like, and the camera will just follow. So the AI tracking takes over, which can be very useful. So you can also set the speed of the AI tracking as well. So I've got it to fast, so that's why it responds a lot quicker. So things move a lot faster, it follows you a lot faster. And then when you go for normal, it's kind of average speed, and then finally slow. So we've got slow here. And as you can see, slow will follow you slowly. You can double tap right here in front to center the gimbal again, right there, as you can see. So it kind of just centers itself back to the original position. So it cancels out everything. So no tracking, nothing, just default when the way it's supposed to be when you turn it on. So I'm gonna turn on auto tracking again using gesture control. And we're back in business. All right, let's check out overhead mode. So I'm gonna switch to that. We've already got the overhead setup going on there, so you're gonna need a tripod of some kind. You don't need something as elaborate as this, but you need something that's already overhead. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to that so you can see how it looks, and then we're gonna do some work here. All right, so as you can see, it's pretty much overhead, so I can see the whole thing. And yeah, so you can also manually adjust the gimbal if you feel like it's not the way you want it to be. So that's what I'm doing right here, is manually adjusting. So this is great for if you want to take notes, and during your webcam, for example, your conference call, you want to take some notes and you want to share it. This would be a great way to do that. I'm just going to take some notes. I'm going to put my grocery list. So let's put some things on the list right here. So I need some bananas. I need some peppers, some bell peppers. I'm actually going grocery shopping after this. So yeah, right there. All right, so we're gonna try to find out what the difference is between overhead mode and desk view mode. All right, so we've got desk view mode right here. So let's go ahead and hit that and see how that looks. So pretty much the same as overhead mode, to be honest with you guys. Like you can see right there, it's literally the same thing. So if you've got the Link 4K mounted horizontally like this, and you switch between overhead mode or desk view mode, they're going to be the same thing in essence. So they're both going to record over the top what's happening. Now we've got the Link 4K camera mounted onto the laptop directly, so we're going to see the difference between desk view mode and overhead mode from this point of view, as opposed to having it horizontally mounted. All right, let's go ahead and check out desk view mode first. Overhead right there and desk view. So this is desk view mode, so it's supposed to show me what's happening on my desk. As you can see right there, it's pretty much, getting what's happening there. So if I wanted to show somebody something, they can kind of see what's going on right there. So 4K as well is what I'm recording in. You can tilt your laptop this way. That way it's really capturing what's happening, on the desk. So it's pretty much like overhead, but not overhead. So it's pointing almost diagonally downwards, which is pretty cool right there. So that's pretty much it right there. Let's see how overhead mode looks like here. So overhead mode will point directly down. So as you can see, we can't get anything out of this. So mounting the camera directly on top of the laptop shows the difference between overhead and desk view mode. Something else you can do if you really wanted to get like a proper view of your desk, like if this is too close for you, is you can throw this on a tripod. So I'm going to show you that right now. All right, desk view mode right here. From a tripod, this is what desk view mode looks like. You can see we have more, space to work with here. It kind of still works like overhead, which is pretty cool right there. So that's what that would look like, and overhead mode would look like this. So still point downward. So in order to get the best out of overhead mode, you have to make sure that you're mounting it horizontally. All right, so there we go. Switching to portrait mode, which is also called streamers mode within the software. So it's supposed to switch the entire video to 916. So pretty much portrait mode. So we're gonna see how that looks like. We now have access to more resolutions, as you can see right here, but nothing for vertical 4K from what I can see. So we've got 1088 by 1920 right there. So vertical, so you can shoot like for phones. So it's perfect for phones and stuff like that. Different resolutions. So we pretty much have HD as the highest resolution that you can get when shooting vertically or taking vertical shots. Right there, we still got our tracking going on. I think it's because, I had the tracking on slow. So now we got it on, normal again. So, if you're shooting vertically, you can use this as well. But if you want a better viewing angle, this is what Insta360 is recommending. They want you to do, to mount the camera horizontally. So I'm going to show you guys how that's done right quickly here. In order to get this right, you have to make sure the Insta360 logo is facing towards you. All right, so as you can see right now, we've got it, mounted horizontally, which is another way you can use the portrait mode if you don't want to use it, when it's mounted vertically. So this will give you a better viewing experience as well, because you can see, you can control it more, and you also have better tracking enabled. I'm going to turn on tracking right there. And we have the camera tracking right now. So it's following a lot better. Really, really loving this feature right here. This can be very useful, especially if you do shoot a lot of social media content for vertical views, like phone viewership and stuff like that. Like, it's not best used with conferencing calls according to the software, like it says. All right, let's see if we can get overhead view mode from having the camera mounted horizontally. All right, so we still got streamer mode, which is vertical video enabled. So I'm going to switch to an actual vertical video aspect ratio, and then we'll try to see overhead view. As you can see, we're still good. We're still good, you see? All right, so in order to use whiteboard mode, you're going to need these stickers. So they come with the Insta4K Link camera, so you just have to stick them to all four corners of the whiteboard, like I'm going to do right here. Okay, so now we've got the 4 corners with the 4 stickers. So now the camera itself can now detect, what's on the boards, and then, focus on that and increase the quality of what's on the board. So whoever's on the other side of your video conference call can then see, what's on the board. Okay, right there. So it's going to zoom in now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up some more items on my to-do list. So next up, I'm going to put edit a video, and then I'm gonna put film a video, and then just hit check mark, check mark, check mark, like I got it all done. Great for teachers and professors. This feature right here, I think it's just perfect for professors, especially since, you can just use gesture control to turn off and on the whiteboard mode, and then say switch to AI tracking mode. All right, I'm gonna test out some other gesture controls. So the first one I'm gonna test out is auto tracking or AI tracking. So for that, you wanna kind of just raise your palm right in front, wait for the camera to notice that. You would make sure it's not blocking your face, because as you can see, my hands are in front of my face and it's not working. But if you have it like this, for example, it works better, as you can see. So you don't want your face obstructed while you're using it. So now we've got that on and off. As you can see, I turn it on and then off. So I'm gonna turn it back on. Like I said, make sure it's just right there. Simple. So you've got it on, you go anywhere, it will follow you, which is pretty cool, like I said, especially for people that are teachers or, professors, teaching a class and whatnot. You can easily and seamlessly switch between these different modes, like AI tracking plus whiteboard mode, in my honest opinion, just perfect for, teaching classes remotely. So I'm gonna switch to whiteboard mode again and show you how seamless it could be. So don't forget, your hands should not be in front of your face. So right there. And then it's going to, zoom right into the board. All right, so I'm gonna switch from whiteboard mode to AI tracking mode, but just know that you can't do that directly. You have to turn one off before you, activate the other one using gesture control. So I'm gonna turn off whiteboard mode right quickly here, and then we can switch. So whiteboard mode is gone. All right, let's check out the third gesture control. So that one will allow you zoom in and out. So to do that one, all you have to do is raise your hands up like this. It notices, and then now you know it's enabled. So you lift your hands up to zoom in, and you put it down to zoom out. So pretty sick there. You can't even tell me that's not pretty cool. Very versatile, gives you so many options, and all these gesture controls, AI tracking, and modes that you can use for different kinds of video conferencing calls, remote teaching, remote working, whatever you're doing. I think this is just, great. Like, it has so many features that I think it covers, everybody. And yeah, we've also got autofocus, which is great for keeping the camera focused on you throughout. So you're, in focus, as opposed to being out of focus. Like it follows you as fast as possible. Like, it's very quick. Look at that, very quickly. And you can always choose manual focus as well, which will allow you to set the focus, based on how you want it to be, what you want to bring in focus. Like, if you've used a camera before, then you know how auto and manual focus work. Like, I like to just leave it at autofocus because it's very fast, very reactive. Anywhere you go, you're still in frame, you're still, focused, which I found to be really, really good. So HDR only works with every resolution besides 4K. So if you're using, let's say 1080p, which you can switch on this side right here, then you can enable HDR. But if not, it's not going to work. There's also anti-flicker settings, which will allow you to switch between auto, 50 Hertz and 60 Hertz. That way you don't have flickering LEDs in your background. Next, you can also mirror an image. You can make it, flip and then show basically a mirror. It'll mirror the image for you. So if you're trying to create that effect, you can do that with the Link 4K camera. So for AI zoom, it basically gives you 3 options for how you want the AI to automatically zoom as you move across the room. So if you keep it at head, it'll try to stay, with your head throughout, as opposed to your whole body. Like, try to keep your head in frame. But if you go with half body, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It'll kind of focus on more half of your body. And if you decide to go whole body, then it'll try to get as much as possible, which is great for, like, for example, trying to teach a class or something similar like that. You can also set up auto exposure. The camera has very good performance in low light settings. So it's got a f1.8 aperture, which is great for low light situations. Like right now, this is a low light situation. I've got my office light on, and this is a window, but you can tell it's we're in the evening. It's 7:30 p.m. and there's not much light anymore. So, and it's still pretty good, as you can see. You can also set up auto white balance, or you can set it up yourself. You can, make it warmer or, cooler, depending on what you're looking for. I like to leave that at auto as well. Brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, you can change all of those. Then you can save a preset and, just turn it on whenever you're in that same situation. So gimbal control can also be done directly from the Link software. This gives you manual control of the gimbal, which is the camera. The Link 4K webcam works very well with common video conferencing apps or softwares like Zoom, Google Meet. If you want to use this to even film social media content as opposed to just being a webcam, you throw it on a tripod, connect it to a PC or a laptop, and you're good to go. It shoots vertically, you can move it around, Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy at what this little thing can do. It's 2022, and I know you're thinking about privacy, especially with a device that's a camera or that's got a camera on it. With this one, Insta360 has taken that into consideration and added a feature that makes the camera lens face downwards after 10 seconds. So 10 seconds of inactivity, and the camera, pretty much shuts itself off. All right, I'll let you guys know right now that it is not a cheap webcam, but like I said, it's got a lot of features. But I think it will work for the right person. The right person will find this as a good investment, and use all of those different features. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section if you think that the Insta360 4K length webcam, would work for you, or what features you think would work best in your situation. I've also added a link down in the description below for you guys check out the link or prices on it. That's everything I've got for you guys in today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a like down below. I will catch you guys in my next one. I'm out, y'all.